It's good.
How long did it take you to get over the rose?
I say a week. Yeah, I was still around the guys, so pretty much got over it.
Where you been training at?
Exos in Arizona,
What do you hope you weigh in at?
around 280, 281.
Were you looking to get down?
Yeah, trying to run fast, so lose a little bit of weight.
Are there any drills you were trying to focus on in your combine prep?
Really, all of them. Mostly the 40. I'm trying to get the 40 down, but I've been focusing on all of them, trying to get it right.
Are there any specific times you're aiming for on that or other drills?
I say for the 40, probably 4.6. Can run that, yeah. Growing up, I say Julius Peppers. Right now, kind of like Rashawn Gary, Trey Henderson.
Any teams talking to you playing inside or just taking mostly on the edge?
Some of them brought them up, and I was like, whatever y'all need me to do, I'll do it. I don't really have a problem with it. It's kind of the same as playing on the edge. If you teach it like how you teach the edge, I can do it on the inside.
Do you look at yourself mainly as a 4-eye, 5-6 in the NFL, or where do you see yourself on?
Really don't matter to me. I kind of did it at Oregon, so I feel like I can do it in the league too.
Shed some weight for the combine to run fast, but some of those teams that might be talking about you for size, they talk about adding some of that weight there.
Yeah, probably, yeah. If I can go back inside, then they'll probably want me to add a few more pounds, and I feel like that's not too hard for me. I've been doing it throughout my career, so I can do it. I'll say either Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes.
Your teammate Jabari Caldwell, talk a little bit about him, what he might be doing here.
Yeah, I think he's doing everything too. He's been getting his times down too, looking fast, and I'm ready to watch him. So whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna try to, peek my head in there and see what he can do.
Plan to do all the workouts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You pulled out the Senior Bowl at the end, but what was behind it?
Yeah, I still had a little knack in my ankle, a little inflammation, and my agent wanted me to see what the real problem was. So we just took the time to, figure it out, and got everything back right, healed and stuff.
And that was from the Maryland game?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Just a sprained ankle.
Grade 1, 2?
I think it was 1. Just had to get back right.
Where do you think you fit in this group,
What'd you say? Can you?
Where do you think you fit into the process?
Fit like, with guys with power. I think everybody in this group's pretty good, and everybody has their different, things they're good at. I feel like I, bring power to that situation and I'm a bigger guy. So if you need a bigger guy on your team, I'm the guy you go to.
Do you feel like you can climb up the draft ranking starting at this point in the process?
I do. I feel like, do well in interviews and then do well for the combine. I feel like I can, add more to my stock. What was that? Yes, sir. Yeah.
What's the biggest question you asked?
I think a coach asked me, cookout or Bojangles. So that's a cookout. So it's my spot.
What's the most underrated thing about you?
I would say like my quickness. I think some people sleep on it a little bit. I got a lot of moves in my arsenal. I usually go to the ones that work 95% of the time, but when I need to switch them up, I can do that.
How would you describe your own personality and what you bring to the locker room?
I'll say a guy everybody wants to be around. When I get around the guys, I try to make everybody comfortable, talk to everybody. So I feel like a guy anybody can go to if they need something.
Player transfer, if they've gotten this part of the process, NFL teams have a lot of questions. Transfer is some being replaced now that it's less of a big deal. But the teams you talk to ask them why you transfer, or they just understand the process.
I think about half of them ask why, and then a lot of them just is like, tell me about Oregon, like how was that? So I feel like some of them had questions about it, but it's really not, a big deal. I think a lot of people do it now, so it's kind of normal.
You don't think any of the teams have felt like it's a red flag?
No, I don't think so. No, sir.
You mentioned power and quickness being some of your strong suits. Good self-critique, that's something that you need to improve.
I say my get off and counters. I think sometimes when you watch film, I can do a lot better at both of those, and something I've been working on for the future.
Is there a game that, if I went back to your college tape and I should watch, you feel this thing maybe encapsulates me?
I say Michigan State. I feel like that was my best, do what I can do, to help the team out, and, we came out with the win for that one.
So Daniel Jeremiah said about you last week, heading into this big for he's one of the best pitch guy in that way. How do you feel about some of those things, because some of those, obviously, those big games, those best tackles, those are some good battles, but some of the punches maybe wasn't necessarily there. How do you feel about how you being viewed online in this draft process?
I just try to not, negative stuff, even positive stuff. Don't try to look at it too much. Try to stay level-headed. I just try to do what I do. Listen to what people say. You can take it and note it because there's always room for growth. But just try to be the guy I am and do what I can do.
Talk a little bit back in the season. Do you feel like you got the credit you got to deserve outside of Eugene, outside of being a Big Ten? Because he's a great player.
Yeah.
He draws a crowd, no doubt. But on a per game basis, you were the most productive guy in that league. You feel like you got the attention you got?
Everything happens for a reason. Everybody that was in the league was great players. I'm working for the next step. So, if I can keep growing, whatever they want to say, they can say. But, I'm going to keep going regardless.
Who's the top offensive tackle you went against in that?
I'm going to say last year, Troy from Washington. I think he went to Pittsburgh. He was pretty good. That was probably my best comp that I went against. Yeah.
Jordan, I want to ask you about one of your former teammates. What was it like having Casey Rogers as a teammate?
Casey was hilarious. He was my roommate for the hotels too. He was just crazy, but he always lightened the mood. Anytime somebody was down or felt a little nervous, Casey was the guy you go to.
You describe him in one word.
Energetic.
What was it about that matchup with Troy that was so difficult for you?
I'll say he was so technique sound. So his kicks he was in the right spot. I think he was handling power pretty well. Moves on the outside, he was always there. And then in the run, he was pretty good too. So just an all-around player to go against. And I think another thing is he wasn't as tall. He was like a guard at tackle, and it kind of fit pretty well. So he was doing good.
Being from South Carolina and doing over and over again, what did you learn about yourself going all the way across the country?
I had to be around people to start getting used to, the environment. Like when I first got there, it was kind of gloomy, rainy. Food was different. People talk different, but just being around the guys and, if I'm around people long enough, I can start getting used to what they go through. A lot of people go through the same stuff, so just had to get used to it.
How'd your time growing up in South Carolina shape you into the player you are today?
I would say just, where I lived at, the people I was around, my family, my grandparents kind of, taught me through sports. My granddad taught me how to play basketball. They told me, if you start something, you got to finish it. Don't ever give up. So just being from South Carolina, that's kind of the mindset, I grew up with, and it kind of led to me being where I am right now.
For those that have never seen you play, how would you describe your style of play and what you bring to a team?
I say powerful. You watch the game long enough, you'll see something you've never seen before. So I say just excitement. It's powerful and excitement. I did, last night. That was pretty good. They kind of showed a lot of plays up, kind of critiqued some and showed some good plays too. I think it went really well, and it was a great meeting overall.
Has you met with the Buccaneers this week, or are you playing?
Not yet.
Is Jimmy in the room with the Cowboys? Is that a
No, I don't think so. I walked in there.
Have you met with the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend?
I think that's today. Should be today or tonight. Yeah.
Have you met with the Panthers?
Not yet.
Is that something you want to do, or is that
Yeah. Close to home. Yeah.
what would it mean? Is that your team growing up, or
No, that wasn't my team, but it's just close to home.
what would it mean playing for a team so close to home that's right down the road from where you grew up?
Yeah, it'd kind of be like, playing at South Carolina. Just, family can come to every game. When I feel like I need to get away, I can just go to the crib real quick. But, it'd be a great feeling.
How do you feel like you developed over these last couple of years? Because you talked about coming in, you were playing a position you hadn't played before, and the coaching differences, working coach community, being in a veteran room, being the veteran in the room. What are these last? How did you develop?
Yeah, I feel like I developed as a football player, learning the 4-ride, 5, dropping, and then as a leader. So being the only guy in the room that didn't know the playbook or one of the youngest to having to step up and, try to control the room. So it was a great feeling. I learned a lot. It was a great experience as well. Met a lot of great people, great coaches. So I feel like that was a great decision, probably one of the best decisions I made.
What do you feel replaces you? Obviously Mateo and Tatum, but
Yeah.
they weren't always playing your role either. So talk about some of those younger guys like Ashton, Blake, Elijah. We didn't get to see a lot. What do those young guys bring?
Yeah, they're all great players. Just waiting for their moment. If you watch them in practice, they're doing some of the best moves, that we've seen. So I feel like this year they'll probably be ready. They got Tosh, Coach Tony Tuioti, so I think they'll be ready to step up.
How did you relate that team with Nick last year?
It was great. He's like another coach. Like he's serious all the time. Great leader. Correct everybody. It was just great having him around. Like energy's down, he'll bring you up, and then he had a great season as well.
How does your position sort of make or break a defense? What kind of things talent? Kind of take a defense that really struggles in a lot of areas, and then they add someone like yourself.
Just a guy that brings effort. I think if you see one person do it, everybody else will try to tag along. So just getting after the quarterback, caging the quarterback, just wreaking havoc throughout the game is really what I focus on. And I think if a lot of people see it, they'll want to do it too. So.
How much of a game changer is that? When you're attacking the quarterback and they can't figure out what to go.
Yeah. It changes the game a lot. A lot of people need sacks, for momentum. So that's what I try to bring to the team.
Do you know if the Bucs are on your schedule for a team to meet with?
I'm not sure yet. I got to check, but I think so.
Who are some of your favorite players to watch here on the team and everything?
Like I said, Rashawn Gary, Trey Henderson, Bosa brothers, Myles Garrett a little bit, just players like that.
Jordan, who should be for next year?
Mateo, yeah. He can do it all. He can bump inside, play the 4 he can drop in coverage, he can play the 5. He'll get you 10 sacks on the season. So I think he's an overall great player. I think everybody should be watching for him this upcoming season.
Jordan, women are becoming more larger football fans.
Yeah.
Do you have any women in your life that are fans that have supported your career or kind of helped you on your journey?
Yeah, my mom and my grandmother. Yes, ma'am.
Are they fans or critics?
I said they're more fans. They really don't critique what I do, but they love what I do. So, yeah.
Do they have a favorite NFL team where they hope you're going to end up?
I think my grandmother probably wants me closer to home. I don't think my mom really cares, but yeah.
Were you surprised the season he had? Some people were.
I wasn't surprised at all. I'm arguing with my guys like just wait till he start and get his spot, and y'all kind of seen the results. He's been doing it through college. Just the way he is, the way he carries himself, you can kind of figure out like once he gets that chance, like
The things they liked about him when they drafted him was he was tough to sack. Why is he so tough to sack?
I think his pocket presence. So like in practice a few times I'll come off the edge. I don't think he sees me, but he'll really see me. So I think him being able to do that, and then he can run, so he can move his feet, he can get out of the pocket, get him a first down. So just that aspect of his game was pretty good.
How the other thing they said that when he showed up, he was faster than they thought.
Yeah, he can move. Because I played him my freshman year when I was in South Carolina. He's at Auburn. I thought I had a sack. He was moving. Like I dropped out in coverage. He came up, juked me a little bit. So I know he had that in him. I don't know if a lot of people saw it already, but yeah, he's capable of moving.
How would you describe Derek Carr?
I say a dog. Like whatever you see on Saturday, you'll see it all throughout the week. So he's just relentless through practice. The mindset he has, and he can do it all. So he's a great pass rusher, a great run stopper.
What part of your game do you feel like is going to translate the easiest to the NFL?
I say my rushes, my power rushes, getting into them, trying to balance the pocket out, trying to squeeze the pocket, cage the quarterback. I think that'll be one of my great aspects to bring it to the NFL.
You have a couple days here to make an impression on NFL teams. When you leave here, what's the one thing you want them to know about you?
This big guy can move. That's probably one thing I want everybody to take with them. And I'm fast. Just really run that 40, have a good time. Do the best I can do. Yeah, he came in. He was a little quiet, but you can kind of tell once he started warming up what type of guy he is. He's a dog on and off the field. What you see on Saturday, you'll see from Monday, all the way to game day. Great player. He can do it all. Stop the run, rush the passer. He's a leader for our defense as well.
Were you surprised he was able to track that he had?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all because, I didn't really know much about him at first, but the way he practiced and the way he get after it, pass rush, team periods, I wasn't surprised.
Who's got next up?
I said Mateo. Yeah.
When did he first stand out to you?
Mateo? When I first got there, So his freshman year, just watching him in practice, the moves he can do, he would take over the whole period. So he's just a great guy to have around too, and a great athlete.
You talk a lot about
Freshmen from this past year that you played with, you're going to take your first NFL paycheck and bet on him making it to the league in 3 years. Who's going to be?
Last year freshman,
Could be either side of the ball, either any position.
I'll say our running back, Dink. He was pretty good. So he was just elusive. They'll throw him in there with the starters, and you couldn't even tell that he was a freshman. So I think once he gradually gets up, to his senior year, he'll be pretty good.
We talk a lot about Harmon. What about Paul? What did he provide to that defensive line?
Yeah, so JC made a lot of the calls for the D-line. He was a great leader, and he can move. So, you kind of get surprised that a guy that big can move. So he's wrecking havoc in the middle, rushing the passer, great. So, he's just a great guy to have around, and everybody in the locker room loves him. He's hilarious. So that's just, great teammate, perfect teammate to have.
Jordan, obviously NIL is a big part of college athletics. How did that affect inside the locker room in Oregon? The guys get caught, this guy's getting that much, this guy's getting this much. How did it work?
I don't think we really had that problem at Oregon. I don't think everybody cared too much because I think our goal was win a championship. So if you need to bring a guy in to help us win, I don't think everybody cared too much. It was pretty easy over there.
How much should a guy in your position do what you do? How much should he be worth in college? Going right deep.
I don't know. It probably varies, with team, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
What was that actually like?
It was competitive. Me and Josh really would get after it, but we had fun while doing it. So if he wanted to work a technique, he'll try something new on me. I'm trying something new on him. We had, in my opinion, we had one of the best O-line in the country. So just iron sharpens iron. We're going at it every day. Made us better as players. Johnny would strap everything. So one of the best O-linemen I've been against. Bull rush wouldn't work sometimes. Cross shots wouldn't work. Fundamentally sound. And then when you look at him, he's not as big, but you really can't bull him as easy as you do other guys. So he's just a great player.